Hello, everybody. My name is Charlie. I am the Guiding Ohio Online Learning Coach at Madison Public Library, and welcome to Byte-size Tech. On today's episode of Byte-size Tech, we're going to be looking at Hoopla on PC. So first, go into any web browser that you may have, go into the search bar and search up Madison Public Library. Go ahead, hit enter. And so this is going to bring up it's going to bring up our website. It should be the first or second one on when you search Madison Public Library. So go ahead and click that. Wait for it to load. And it's going to bring us to the main page of our library website. So to get to Hoopla from our website, you can go ahead and go under e-services and click on Hoopla. Or if you scroll to the very bottom of the page, there's a Hoopla digital video picture that you can click on and will take you to the same place. But I'm going to go through the e-services. Then it's going to bring you to Hoopla. So if you don't have an account, then you're going to go ahead and click on Get Started Today. If you already do, you're going to fill out your email and password, and you're going to log in. If you have any problems with your password or email, go ahead, click Forgot Password. They should help you set up from there. But today we're going to do a sign up. So we're going to go ahead and click Get Started Today. So now you're going to enter in some personal info about yourself. That's going to be mainly just your email to confirm your email again, and a few password confirmations as well. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in a few things here. Gonna go ahead and click agree. And now we're gonna go ahead and choose the library that's around you. Preferably put in your zip code first to give you a small radius of libraries around. Since we are the Madison Public Library, we're gonna go ahead and choose Madison Public Library. Then you're gonna go ahead and enter in your library card number. And then go ahead and click sign me up. And now you have set up your account for Hoopla. All right, so now once you get signed into Hoopla, you will be taken to the My Hoopla page. So My Hoopla page is basically your home page for all the stuff that you have out with Hoopla. So like as you can see, I recently borrowed Big Nate, the Dribble Ate My Homework. That's one of the things that you can see when you have stuff borrowed. So it could be a bigger list than this, it may be smaller, whichever it is. If you just signed up, obviously there's not gonna be recently borrowed there, but for right now, we're just using this as an example. Underneath that's going to be your recommended. So, if you just started, obviously your recommended won't necessarily always look like this. It's mainly just going to be the new kind of popular stuff on Hoopla right now. Then again, it's the same thing with the recent favorites. It's kind of like the recently borrowed. If you haven't favorited anything, it won't come up. Like here, I just did Tom and Jerry movie as an example. And under here is going to be your popular items, so audiobooks, comics, ebooks, movies, etc. All going to be found under here. So now we're going to go up to the top. Under the My Hoopla tab up at the top here, or drop down, you'll find My Hoopla, which will just bring you back to this page here. Your currently borrowed will actually take you to a different screen that has currently borrowed. You can also it will be in a bigger screen so you can see what you have checked out currently. Under that's going to be your favorites. So again, it's kind of like the checkouts. You can see what you have favorited, anything else. And then you get a history, but since obviously if you've signed up already or not, you'll find or not find your history here. All right, so now we're going to go under the little browse drop down here at the top of the screen. So as you can see, there's audiobooks, movies, music, comics, which we'll get into later, ebooks, and television. So the really cool thing about Hoopla, it's basically Netflix for free. Now, I'm not you don't expect to find the newest or latest things on here, but it is still a pretty cool little app that we have. So let's go ahead and we're going to start out at audiobooks. So if you click on the audiobooks tab, it will bring you in. It will show you the popular stuff, the featured stuff going on. But a really cool thing about this is that if you click on this genre and collections thing here, it gives you a set of collections that are like featured for this month or, upcoming features, and then collections. So the cool thing about the collections is that it applies to mainly all of the things underneath browse, though each one is customized for that specific item. So obviously, if you're going to do movies, it's going to be kind of like specific genres of movies, and same thing with music and all that kind of stuff. It will be categorized for that specific item. So we're just going to kind of jump past movies and music, and we're just going to go straight to comics. So Hoopla offers a wide selection of comic books that you can read from here. So it's basically an ebook, but for our comic books instead. So, as you can see here, we got the popular, the featured, and again, if you go into genres and collections, you'll see some of the collections and all that kind of stuff from here. But the really cool thing about the comic books is that you get to choose it by the creator. So like you see DC, Disney, Marvel, all those companies are listed under here, and you can just search for them this way. Now, if we go up here, another cool thing we have is that you can do television series, which is mainly going to be BBC. There's some Nickelodeon and stuff there too. But mainly, if you go under like the browse television, you can see some of the featured collections that they have, which is a little bit more detailed than what I just said before. But we have a wide selection of collections that you can choose from on here. So another cool thing about Hoopla is that their movie selection, you can go ahead, scroll down, look at the popular, the featured, all that kind of stuff. Again, we're going to go into genres and collections. Going to kind of browse, all the featured collections, all the collections that are here. Obviously you're going to see, a lot of the collections for, if it's art, if it's based on a book, true story, all that kind of stuff is all going to be found here. Now, the really cool thing about Hoopla and movies is that you can check out one movie and you get the whole entire movie. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit about television as well. So if you go to television, you'll notice, you have all of these, really good series on here. So let's go ahead and randomly choose. Let's do Murdoch Mysteries, right? So this is season 13. So now the only thing with Hoopla is that you will borrow each and every single episode. It's not like a movie to where you get the disc with all of the different episodes on it, or not all the different episodes. You get it would be the entire movie with the movies. With television series, you have to check out every single episode. So that may or may not burn through your checkouts for the month. All right. So one thing about audiobooks that is really cool, especially for children, is that there are read-along storybooks that you can do. So for some examples, as you see in my recently borrowed down here, I have Secret Pizza Party and Star Wars Return of the Jedi read-along. So there's differences between the two. So as you can see, these ones are marked as movies. This one's marked as an ebook. So really quickly, as you can see underneath Secret Pizza Party, the second one right here, it says read along. So the difference between the two is that with Secret Pizza Party as without read along underneath, it has words underneath that you can read along with. And then a really cool thing about the Star Wars one, if we go ahead and open it up, and we let it load. If you flip the page, you make it here, and then you can click on. Okay, where is? Okay, it's playing music at the moment, but it reads the story to you. So if we skip, there it goes. And it reads the book to you. But go ahead and pause it for now. I'm going to close out of that. So a really easy way to look and find these is that I'm going to go back to the main homepage. Up in the search bar, go ahead and just search Readalong. And it will bring up books that are considered read-along books. Now, as you can see here, it's going to mainly be like the Star Wars one, the ebook kind. But as you see, if you get farther down, you will find the movie read-alongs as well. So like Crown, Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff are going to be about the same here. But the really cool thing is, too, you can do format, and you can click on audiobooks. It's going to bring up audiobooks that are considered read-alongs, which I don't know how that would work very well. I'm going to clear that out. I'm going to go ahead and click on movies. So that's going to just give us the read-along movies. It's going to be the same thing with the ebooks. So now it's only going to show me the ebook read-along books as well. So that's a really cool thing about Hoopla. Another thing is, too, is that you can search it by user rating, release date, date added, any languages that you may want to read it in. And you can even turn on a kids mode to where it only shows certain books that are only meant for kids. So if I went back to my Hoopla page real quick, as you can see, Hoopla turns on a filter to where it only shows things that are marked for kids. Now, there are some things that may or may not be kid related, but you won't find that unless you go kind of deep into it. This project was made possible in part by the Institute of Museum and Library Services and the State Library of Ohio. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. This has been Charlie. If you'd like to schedule a learning coach, please call the Madison Public Library at 440-428-2189. Thanks and have a great day.